What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Run Disney 101. I'm your host, Lake Sprinkle, joined today with my wife, Katie, and also our dog, Walt, because it is currently storming out and he does not like the thunder. But today's topic is going to be a little different. We're actually going to do a list, and that's going to be our top 5 favorite Run Disney medals.
So these are medals that we each have actually earned. We participated in the race and we earned it. They may be a challenge medal, which means like we earned it for doing, the 10K and the half back to back. But the way we're going to order it, we're going to start with our number 5. So of the 5, like our 5th favorite, I don't want to say like our least favorite because that sounds bad, but our 5th favorite, and we're going to work our way up to our number 1 most favorite medal. We do have 2 crossovers, so I'm going to skip one of mine because it's higher on Lake's list, and I don't want to ruin the surprise.
Yeah, and just to put this into perspective, we each picked 5. In total, between us, I laid all of our medals out before we did this. Yeah, we had it was exactly 40.
Exactly 40? Is that including non-Disney?
Sorry, I was missing 2. So we have 42, actually, of Run Disney medals.
Yes, okay.
Unique ones as well. That didn't include any crossover of same ones.
Oh, so like 40 medals.
40 so unique Run Disney medals. That's not like
we ran the same race, we have...
Yeah,
wow.
Not including that.
So that means we've run probably almost 40 races. Now, some of those are challenges, but oh wow. Okay, we're going to have to figure this out.
Yeah, so we had a decent pool, and it was going back to, I think, 2013 was your first.
Was my first, 2013, yes.
Yeah, so we have a varying amount from about 6 years now.
Yeah,
of Run
and your
Disney
first
races.
was in 2016.
Yes.
Okay, so are we ready? Are we going to get started? Who's going first?
You can go ahead and start.
All right, I'm going to go first. So my 5th favorite medal is from the Star Wars inaugural year, and it's the Star Wars TIE Fighter 10K medal. And the reason I love this was, one, I loved the TIE Fighter theme. It was really unique at the time. It was the first Star Wars race, of course, and it was amazing. They've improved certain, functional aspects of it during the year, but just like the vibe was so cool. And then also for like personal reasons, we ran this race together. This was one of the ones where you stuck with me during the 10K, and it was like an emotional weekend. I was so like happy to be with you that weekend, and there were like personal things that happened, but it was just it has a lot of memories to it. I also love the shirt that goes with this medal. It's definitely my most worn one.
That medal almost made my list. That medal was so cool.
Yeah.
And I wish that they would have kept going with like that TIE Fighter theme and done like the bomber and then whatever Vader's little TIE Fighter ship is called. That would have been really cool.
X-Wing?
That's the Rebels.
There's so much happening. It's a cool theme. It's unique. I don't have another medal like it, so number 5 for sure.
Yeah, that one almost made my list. My number 5 also comes from a Star Wars race. It is the most recent Star Wars race, and that is the Rival Run Challenge. And a couple reasons that I like this medal. One, it's a double spinner. So this middle element spins. So you got Luke on one side.
There you go.
And then Darth Vader on the other. And then it half spins, so you can go half and half to have light and dark side represented. Another thing I think is cool is that they went with this like matte black design, and I've never seen that on the medal before. So I think it just actually makes it pop a little bit more.
Yeah, and it's still like super colorful.
Yeah.
With like the red and the blue like on the black, and the black makes it pop, like you said. It's super unique to like things they've done before, I think.
Yeah, very cool. My number 5.
Okay, so my 4th favorite, we're gonna like trip over that the whole time, but my 4th favorite is the Wine and Dine from 2015. Now you'll notice this doesn't have the ribbon on it. Some of our older medals, I framed the ribbons and it's up on our wall, but that's the medal portion of it. This is the historic last nighttime Wine and Dine race.
Half of a half.
The half of a half. I was so excited to run Wine and Dine. I'd never done a nighttime race before. I was there with a bunch of friends, and it was their first Disney half. And you can imagine how bad I felt when their first Disney half was cut short. But it's still one of my favorite medals, more for the memories. Like, it's kind of a basic medal, but it's definitely, like, the memories behind it are why I like this so much. And the fact that I can, like, say that I have a medal from this, like, weird
experience
year.
race.
You were at that race, too.
Yes, I did not run it. I was there as a
2015.
spectator.
That was the first race you went to.
Yes.
So this is the first race that he spectated at. So that's kind of cool. And
Yeah.
I think it got you into the, like, I think you had already signed up for Princess, but you got, like, more excited for it.
Oh, yeah, it definitely, like, made me excited for the whole scene. I think I went to the expo and everything with you as well. Got to see what all of that was about.
Yeah, you didn't get to go to the party. That was
my number 4 also comes from Wine and Dine, but a year later, it is the 2016 Wine and Dine Half Marathon.
And I almost picked this one as well.
I'm a big fan of Epcot, so any of the Epcot type themed things I'm into, so I love this background with the, like, hollowed out Epcot pattern. And then also you got that cool little Chef Mickey on it, and I just think it's really neat. Pretty simple medal, really not too much going on, but I don't think it needs to. And common theme is that a lot of the Wine and Dine medals are pretty cool.
And that would have been your first Wine and Dine.
That was my first Wine
and that has a lot. See, maybe I'm just more sentimental, but I remember, like, we camped that weekend. We had a bunch of friends with us. That was, like, a huge, like, kind of party weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So that was, like, that was a good one. That was a good one.
So my number 4, Wine and Dine.
My number 3, we are going to skip because it's coming up on Lakes later on.
My number 3 is from the 2019 Walt Disney World Half Marathon. So it is this blue Donald Duck medal. I don't know, I really like the kind of the matte coloring on some of the medals. I always think that they just look really sharp. And I think this is just a cool medal. You have Donald Duck just doing a run. And this was my first Walt Disney World weekend medal. Yeah,
this was, I got to cheer for him during this one. I always like it when I get to cheer for him. I mean, he's such an amazing runner, and it's almost like he's a contender, so I like to be there, like, screaming loud for him, especially because he's, like, alone. He's, like, out of the pack, and I get to point him out and be like, that's my husband!
You're sweet.
Number 2, let's do it.
We have a shared number 2.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
This is the Princess Half Marathon 2018, which was the 10th anniversary of the race.
And it was Snow White themed.
It was Snow White themed.
So this is just, like, so unique.
Yeah, this is a cool medal.
I don't think you can tell, like, from how we're holding them up, but, like, it's, like, red glitter, and it has a spinner. It has Snow White on one side, and then the 7 dwarves in their cottage on the other. It's just so cool. I'm a huge Snow White fan. She's definitely my favorite of the princesses. Just the uniqueness of this alone makes it a top for me.
Yeah, I just like how bright this is. It's basically like a fully filled medal other than the spinner part, and it's that, like, bright, sparkly red. Mm-hmm. I don't know, it's one of those medals that really pops out when we were kind of comparing them all.
I'm trying to think if there's any, like, unique memories from this race. I don't know. It was kind of like typical race weekend. You got a plaque for it. I know that's what you're looking at.
Yes, I actually was at the first weekend
that was the one you actually won.
Okay.
Champion.
Yep. Yes, so I believe that was the first weekend where I
got a
placed in races, and I had placed in my age group in the 10K.
I have the memory. It was after the race. We were on a bus. We had just gotten on a bus to Disney Springs from the Grand Floridian, and we found out that he won the race. So I took it upon my tired self to make sure everyone on the bus knew that he had won his age group in that race. Because he didn't win the whole race, he won his age division. I was very, like, I think that I was just in shock that I was, like, I knew someone who had a plaque. Like, that's the coolest thing to me.
So now I have a couple plaques.
All right, so number 1.
We kind of alluded to our number 1 a few times. It is the 2018 Wine and Dine Half Marathon.
So this
medal.
is his number 1. It's technically my number 3. But
yeah, I just really like how much this medal pops. It's got some really nice bright colors on it. Again, another one that just really stood out when we compared all of the medals.
Yeah, it's like beautiful. It's literally like, it looks like a piece of art with the colors on it.
Yep, another feature of the Chef Mickey there.
This one too, when I pulled it out, I love the ribbon. And wasn't this the year that all of the artwork and the shirts and stuff kind of had this watercolory theme to them? And that was really pretty. Yeah, this was a good year. 2018 Wine and Dine Half Marathon. I feel like we had a really good year that year.
Yeah,
and all of the medals from this one were
all very bright,
beautiful, and colorful. So my number one is the 2015 Disneyland half. I love this so much, and I love that only I have it, and I don't have to share it with anyone.
Yeah, I must admit this is actually my favorite medal that we have as well. I think this medal is so cool, but I did not run this race.
Yes, so this was from the Disneyland half. It coincided with the 60th anniversary of Disneyland, so they diamond themed the half marathon because it was the 60th diamond anniversary. That's also the shirt I'm wearing. This was the first time I went to Disneyland, for one, so it has a very sentimental memory to it. I traveled and ran this race with my dad, which was another, sentimental memory. The race itself, not my favorite race. Will say that. Didn't necessarily love running through Anaheim, as much as I like running through all of Walt Disney World. The whole experience in the end was really cool. It's not as big and it's not as colorful as some of the other medals, but it has, the diamonds on it, and I don't know. This is just so cool, and I think maybe because I have it and you don't, I don't know.
Maybe that's why I like it so much.
Why do you like it?
I mean, for one, as she said, it was the 60th anniversary, which was probably one of the most hyped anniversaries that I've at least been kind of relevant in the Disney era.
Probably because this was the first anniversary where social media and podcasts and bloggers and Instagram have displayed all of the revelry,
True,
so much.
Yeah, so just to see kind of all of that spread into a Run Disney race, you get a cool medal like this.
Yeah. And
I just think it's awesome.
And I was able to get a coast-to-coast medal. And they're not doing Disneyland races right now, and hopefully they bring them back, but maybe not. So,
yeah.
It's cool that I was able to get that. It's also the first race I've ever had to travel for. Actually, it's the only race I've ever had to travel, on an airplane, had to pack.
Yeah.
It was a huge event, and I kind of got a peek into what people have to do when they come to Florida. I mean, we get in our car and we drive 40 minutes.
Right.
And we stay at a hotel, but, we're not having to pack for an airplane and pack our families and navigate airports.
Have to deal with time delays or anything.
Yeah, so, it's a good memory.
That's our top 5 Run Disney medals. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to comment and let us know what your favorite Run Disney medal is, whether or not it's one that you earned, it's one from this video, or it's just one that you really like. There are tons of other really cool medals.
Yeah.
For instance, the 25th anniversary marathon medal, super cool medal, really big.
Oh, yeah, that huge one. The year that we didn't do Wine and Dine and they did the luggage
Very
tag
cool.
travel medals, I am so jealous that we didn't get those.
Yeah, tons of other medals that, some that I even haven't seen yet,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Make sure to like and subscribe below, and thanks for watching.
Bye!